How many times have you found yourself in a situation where you acted on impulse, only to feel that wave of regret immediately after? Believe me, you're not alone. We've all been there at some point. But what if I told you there's a way to handle these moments completely differently? Imagine being able to always react with calm, clarity, and control over your actions, guided by reason, without being swept away by emotional storms in the moment. Today, I'm going to share with you 7 precious Stoic secrets, teachings that have the power to transform the way you view life. These are practical lessons applicable to your daily life that will help you take a deep breath before making important decisions, find beauty and serenity in the little things around you, and deeply reflect on the choices we make. You're about to discover a new way of living where calmness and reason are your most powerful allies, helping you face any challenge with tranquility and focus. Imagine what it would feel like to have that inner peace, even amidst external chaos, knowing that you can control your reactions and make decisions that are in complete harmony with who you really are. Now, before we continue, I want to make a special invitation. Leave the comment, "I will act with reason." Declare your commitment to this transformation and get ready to feel a real change. And of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to keep receiving content that, just like this, has the power to change lives. By the end of this video, you will feel more in control, more focused, and with a new perspective on how to live more fully and consciously. This is just the beginning of a journey of wisdom and personal growth. So come with me, because I'm sure you'll be surprised by the impact these lessons can have on your life. Let's go on this journey of transformation and self-discovery together. Let's go. 1. The power of reason. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, believe that reason is like a compass that guides us through life's storms. For them, reason is an inner force that keeps us steady and balanced, even when chaos surrounds us. Using reason allows us to evaluate situations clearly and objectively, preventing us from being dominated by fleeting emotions, which often deceive us. When we act impulsively, we are usually reacting to an immediate emotional stimulus, whether fear, anger, frustration, or even excessive enthusiasm. While emotions are part of the human experience, they are not always the best advisors. Think of a time when you acted impulsively and later regretted it. Perhaps you said something in the heat of the moment or made a hasty decision without considering all the consequences. These are examples of how emotions can lead us astray from the path we would, in hindsight, have preferred not to follow. Now, imagine the difference reason could make. When we take a moment to think rationally about a situation, we give ourselves the necessary time to consider our options clearly. This doesn't mean ignoring our emotions, but rather acknowledging them without letting them control us. As Epictetus said, it's not events that affect us, but the opinions we have about them. When facing a challenge, ask yourself, what would a wise person do? This simple question can completely change your perspective. Instead of reacting impulsively, you start to view the situation from a higher, calmer, and more rational point of view. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, often reflected on the importance of keeping a tranquil and organized mind, even amidst chaos. He believed that inner peace comes from the ability to use reason to guide our actions. Practicing reason isn't something that develops overnight. It requires practice and discipline. An effective way to strengthen your ability to act rationally is through daily meditation and reflection. Spend a few minutes each morning meditating on your goals and challenges. Ask yourself how you can face the day rationally, staying true to your values and principles. Another useful exercise is evening review. Before bed, take a few minutes to review your day. What situations demanded an emotional response? How did you handle them? Could you have acted more rationally? This continuous practice of self-reflection helps reinforce the habit of using reason as a guide. 2. Observe your thoughts. The ability to observe your own thoughts is a fundamental practice in Stoicism and is essential for maintaining serenity and acting with reason. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, emphasized the importance of monitoring our thoughts to avoid being swept away by impulsive emotions. This means being aware of what's happening in our minds and recognizing patterns that could lead to rash actions. The practice of observing your thoughts starts with mindfulness. In moments of quiet, allow yourself to sit in silence and simply observe what's happening inside your mind. Don't try to control or judge these thoughts. Just acknowledge their presence. You might notice that many of your thoughts are automatic and reflexive, arising without a clear purpose. Keeping a journal can be a powerful tool in this process. Record your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. Writing about your experiences allows you to see patterns and better understand what triggers certain emotional reactions. When reviewing your notes, ask yourself, is this thought rational? Is it based on facts or assumptions? This critical analysis helps identify irrational thoughts and replace them with more balanced ones. For example, let's say you had a disagreement with a coworker. Your initial reaction might be anger or frustration, with thoughts like, "He always disrespects me," or "I will never be valued here." By observing these thoughts, you can realize they are exaggerated and don't reflect reality. Instead, you could reframe them more rationally. "He might have had a bad day," or "I'll approach this calmly to resolve the issue." Another helpful technique is meditation, specifically mindfulness meditation. During meditation, you focus on your breath and observe the thoughts that arise, letting them pass without engaging with them. Over time, this practice helps develop greater awareness of your thought patterns and the ability to choose how to respond to them. Additionally, the practice of observation can be applied in real time during your daily interactions. When you feel a strong emotion rising, such as anger, fear, or anxiety, pause for a moment and observe your thoughts. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this? Is this thought helpful? How can I respond more rationally? This conscious pause can prevent you from reacting impulsively and give you the opportunity to choose a more balanced response. In Stoicism, the ability to observe and control our thoughts is seen as a path to inner freedom. By mastering the art of self-observation, you begin to realize that you have the power to choose how to respond to life's circumstances instead of being dominated by automatic reactions. Observing your thoughts is a continuous exercise in self-knowledge and mental discipline. By cultivating this practice, you develop the ability to act with more clarity and calmness, avoiding impulsivity. 3. Take a deep breath. The practice of deep breathing is a simple yet highly effective technique for maintaining calm and clarity in moments of stress or impulsiveness. Conscious breathing is a powerful tool that the Stoics, as well as many other philosophical and spiritual traditions, recommend for restoring balance and reason amidst chaos. When we face a stressful situation, our body automatically reacts with the fight or flight response. The heart races, breathing becomes rapid and shallow, and the body prepares for action. However, this instinctive response isn't always helpful in everyday situations. This is where conscious breathing comes into play. By breathing deeply, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes calm and relaxation. This counteracts the stress response and helps lower your heart rate, reduce blood pressure, and relax your muscles. Essentially, deep breathing sends a message to the body that everything is okay and there's no need to panic. To begin, find a quiet place where you can sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your abdomen to expand, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Count to 4 as you inhale, hold your breath for another 4 seconds, and then exhale counting to 4 again. Repeat this cycle several times, focusing only on the sensation of breathing. Imagine that each inhale brings peace and clarity to your mind, while each exhale releases stress and tension. This visualization can enhance the calming effect of breathing. With regular practice, deep breathing can become second nature, an automatic response to any sign of stress or anxiety. Moreover, conscious breathing can be integrated into your daily routine. Take a few minutes in the morning to practice deep breathing and prepare your mind for the day. Throughout the day, whenever you feel tension rising, pause and take a few deep breaths. Before important meetings, difficult conversations, or significant decisions, use breathing to center yourself and clear your mind. For example, imagine you're about to enter a meeting where you need to present an important idea. anxiety begins to take over, with thoughts of doubt and fear arising. By noticing these signs, you can stop for a moment and take a deep breath. By doing so, you reduce anxiety and regain confidence and mental clarity. Constant practice of this technique not only improves your response to stress, but also enhances your ability to make rational and thoughtful decisions. The Stoics believed that controlling the mind and body was essential to living a virtuous life. Conscious breathing is a simple practice that can help you develop this control. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this and you will find strength." The practice of deep breathing is an accessible and powerful tool for maintaining reason in stressful moments. By incorporating conscious breathing into your daily life, you develop an effective way to deal with anxiety, impulsiveness, and pressure, maintaining the calm and clarity necessary to act rationally. Remember, the next time you feel overwhelmed, stop and take a deep breath. You have the power to choose how to respond, and inhaling is the first step to regaining control. 4. Cultivate patience. Patience, this essential virtue in Stoicism, can be considered one of reason's greatest allies. It teaches us to pause, reflect, and act with clarity, allowing wisdom to prevail over immediate emotions. In a society that constantly values instant gratification and quick responses, patience becomes even more important. We live in a world where everything seems just a click away, whether it's the information we seek or the satisfaction of our desires. However, true transformation and the most meaningful decisions are not immediate. They require time, reflection, and, above all, patience. This is where Stoic philosophy offers us a life lesson. Learning to cultivate patience can revolutionize the way we live and make decisions. The great masters of Stoicism, like Epictetus, taught that patience is fundamental to facing life's challenges with serenity. For them, patience wasn't just a virtue to be exercised in moments of difficulty, but a way of life. Patience gives us the necessary space to reflect before acting, allowing us to avoid hasty decisions that we may later regret. By practicing patience, we permit ourselves to see beyond the emotional storm of the moment, calming the mind so we can respond to the world with clarity and wisdom. Imagine a common situation. You're stuck in chaotic traffic, the clock seems to be moving faster than usual, and frustration begins to take over. The sound of horns, the impatient looks of other drivers, everything seems to conspire to make you lose your cool and act impulsively. Perhaps you feel like honking incessantly, or maybe you have the urge to argue with other drivers. However, by practicing patience, you allow yourself a new perspective. Instead of focusing on the delay and letting stress and irritation dominate, you can make constructive use of the moment. How about using this time to reflect on something important, or listen to a podcast that inspires and brings new ideas? Or maybe practice deep breathing that calms your nerves and brings serenity. This small act of patience can completely transform your experience. Traffic, which was once a source of stress, becomes an opportunity for introspection, a moment of pause amidst the rush of the day. And this concept doesn't only apply to everyday situations like traffic. Patience also plays a crucial role in our interpersonal relationships. How many times do we find ourselves in conflict situations with friends, family, or coworkers, where words can hurt and emotions can quickly escalate? Instead of reacting impulsively to a poorly chosen word or a gesture that bothers us, patience offers us an alternative. Listen carefully, understand the other person's perspective, and respond thoughtfully. Patience teaches us to see beyond the heat of the moment and resolve conflicts more effectively, avoiding actions that could escalate the situation. It strengthens our relationships, fostering empathy and mutual respect. When we are patient with others, we are, in fact, demonstrating our capacity for understanding and our willingness to deal with human imperfections, both our own and those of others. This doesn't mean being passive in the face of difficult situations, but rather acting wisely, choosing the best time and the best words to express ourselves. Interpersonal relationships become healthier, and conflicts that could have intensified are either avoided or resolved much more peacefully. However, patience is not something that develops overnight. It's a continuous practice, a skill that can be honed over time. The good news is that there are many ways to cultivate it. One effective method is meditation. By meditating regularly, you train your mind to remain calm and centered, increasing your ability to wait without anxiety. Meditation helps us slow down, appreciate the present moment, and resist the temptation to seek immediate results. With a peaceful mind, it becomes easier to remain patient, both with ourselves and with others. In addition to meditation, another powerful technique for cultivating patience is deliberately choosing tasks that require time and dedication. Activities like gardening, knitting, or even cooking a more elaborate meal can teach us to value the process and appreciate the final result. These tasks connect us to the importance of gradual progress and remind us that the most valuable things often cannot be rushed. By dedicating ourselves to these activities, we naturally and enjoyably learn to cultivate patience, savoring each step along the way. Patience is also crucial when we are faced with large challenges or goals that seem unattainable. In these situations, it's essential to break the big goals into smaller steps and celebrate each small achievement along the way. By doing this, we not only make the final goal more accessible, but also learn the importance of being patient with progress and the journey. Life isn't about reaching a destination as quickly as possible, but rather about appreciating each moment of the journey. As Marcus Aurelius said, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Because life demands constant vigilance, effort, and patience. It's important to remember that patience is not a passive quality, but an active and powerful skill. When we adopt patience as part of our lives, we are, in fact, developing the ability to face challenges with a calm and rational mind. Patience allows us to align our actions with our deepest values and goals, instead of being driven by the emotions of the moment. In essence, patience is a transformative virtue. It allows us to act with reason instead of being carried away by impulsivity. By cultivating this virtue, we are able to face daily challenges with serenity, resolve conflicts with empathy, and achieve our goals in a thoughtful and strategic manner. Patience is a key that opens the door to a more balanced and harmonious life, where reason and Stoic wisdom guide our choices. Therefore, by embracing the practice of patience, we are not just learning to wait. We are learning to live more fully, consciously, and in harmony with the natural flow of life. We are empowering ourselves to face adversity with resilience and at the same time savor each small victory, each moment of peace. And it is through patience that we build a life of purpose, guided by reason and Stoic wisdom. 5. Reflect on your actions. Reflecting on your own actions is a fundamental practice for living a life guided by reason rather than emotions. In Stoicism, self-reflection is considered an essential tool for personal growth and the continuous development of virtue. By taking time to reflect on our actions and decisions, we gain a clearer perspective on our behaviors, allowing us to correct course before making bigger mistakes. The ability to reflect provides us with an internal compass that guides us to act according to our highest principles and the wisdom accumulated through experience. The practice of daily reflection is, in fact, one of the pillars of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, consistently dedicated himself to this exercise. He examined his thoughts and behaviors with relentless honesty, seeking to understand whether his actions were truly aligned with his deepest values and guided by reason. This habit, which he cultivated throughout his life, not only helped him stay on the right path, but also offered valuable insight into his strengths and weaknesses. He knew that true wisdom doesn't come from avoiding mistakes, but from learning from them and growing from these experiences. Incorporating this practice into your life can be extremely transformative. Set aside a few minutes at the end of each day to review your actions, emotional reactions, and thoughts. The journal can be a powerful tool for this. By writing about the day's events, you begin to notice patterns that might otherwise go unnoticed. Ask yourself, did I act rationally today? Were there moments when I let my emotions take control? In which situations could I have acted more wisely? These questions are essential for helping us identify our automatic behavior patterns and giving us the opportunity to plan more rational responses in the future. Reflection can also be applied in the heat of the moment, in real time, as situations unfold. Imagine yourself in a challenging situation where emotions are running high and you feel the temptation to react instantly. The key here is to pause, stop for a moment, and reflect. Consider the potential consequences of your actions. Ask yourself, is this reaction aligned with my values? Is this response guided by reason or by the heat of the moment? By taking this conscious pause, you give yourself the space necessary to reassess and choose the best response. Instead of being swept away by emotion, you can respond more serenely and rationally, which inevitably leads to better outcomes. For example, in a heated argument, your first reaction might be to raise your voice, impulsively retort, or try to win the conversation. But by taking that reflective pause, you can consider the consequences of your words and realize that a thoughtful response can completely change the course of the situation. Perhaps what you were about to say had the potential to hurt or complicate the problem further. Ask yourself, will what I'm about to say help or harm the situation? Am I acting in line with reason or being driven by my emotions? This simple act of reflection at the right moment can prevent many future regrets. In addition to personal reflection, this practice can be enriched by seeking the perspective of others. Having open conversations with friends, family, or mentors about your experiences and asking for honest feedback can provide valuable insights that you might not have considered on your own. They can offer a different angle on your actions and help you see your own reactions in a new light. Sometimes we're so immersed in our own perceptions that we don't realize how our actions are affecting others. An external perspective, especially from someone you trust, can help identify areas for improvement and how your actions might be misunderstood or misdirected. It's important to remember that reflecting on your actions doesn't mean harshly criticizing yourself or falling into a cycle of self-reproach. Self-reflection in Stoicism is a compassionate practice of self-examination aimed at growth and continuous improvement. It helps us develop a healthy relationship with ourselves, acknowledging our faults without letting them define us. Everyone makes mistakes, but what sets us apart is our ability to learn from them, to evolve, and to become better versions of ourselves. By acknowledging your flaws with empathy, you can free yourself from unnecessary guilt and focus your energies on what can be improved. Celebrating your victories and recognizing your challenges allows you to become more aware of your behavior patterns and more capable of making rational and thoughtful choices in the future. Every small step in the right direction is worth celebrating. It's not about achieving unattainable perfection, but about being in constant growth. Reflection helps us understand that progress is continuous and that each day brings a new opportunity to make wiser choices. Finally, the regular practice of reflection strengthens our commitment to virtue and emotional well-being. It allows us to live a more conscious life, where every action is guided by reason and purpose. Life presents us with challenges all the time, and self-reflection prepares us to face them with a calm mind and serene heart, always seeking to act in accordance with our deepest values. So, make daily reflection an indispensable habit in your life. This simple act of looking within can be the key to living with more wisdom, more clarity, and above all, more inner peace. Reflecting on your actions is not an exercise in perfection, but rather one of continuous progress. By practicing reflection, you become not only an observer of your own life, but an active agent in your transformation, always moving toward a fuller and more virtuous existence. 6. Practice clear communication. Clear and assertive communication is a fundamental pillar for avoiding misunderstandings and conflicts, promoting healthy relationships and rational decisions. In Stoicism, clear communication is seen as an expression of reason, as it allows us to convey our intentions and feelings efficiently and respectfully. Clear communication is crucial for maintaining harmony in interactions and avoiding impulsiveness, which often arises from frustration and misunderstanding. The practice of clear communication begins with self-awareness. Before speaking, ask yourself, what do I really want to communicate, and how can I do this in a way that's understandable and respectful to the listener? Avoid speaking in the heat of the moment when emotions are high. Instead, take a moment to calm down and organize your thoughts. This pause can be the difference between an impulsive response and a thoughtful communication. Choosing the right words is crucial. Use simple, direct language, avoiding jargon or terms that might be misunderstood. Clarity in word choice helps ensure that the message is received as intended. For example, when giving feedback to a coworker, instead of saying "you always do this wrong," be specific. In the last presentation, I noticed that some data was outdated. Let's review it together to improve. Active listening is another essential component of clear communication. When we are truly present in a conversation, we pay attention not only to the words but also to the tone of voice and body language of the other person. This allows us to better understand their perspective and respond more appropriately. Practice active listening by maintaining eye contact, nodding, and summarizing what the other person said to confirm understanding. Assertiveness is a vital skill in clear communication. Being assertive means expressing your needs and feelings honestly and respectfully, without aggression. It involves standing up for your own rights while respecting those of others. Use I statements such as "I feel" or "I need" to express your concerns without blaming or accusing others. For example, "I feel overwhelmed when the deadline isn't respected. Can we discuss better time management?" Empathy also plays a significant role in clear communication. Trying to understand the feelings and perspectives of others creates an environment of mutual respect and cooperation. When we acknowledge others' emotions, we show that we value their experiences, which can lead to a more open and honest dialogue. For example, in a difficult conversation, you might say, "I understand that you're frustrated, and I want to work together to find a solution." Practicing clear communication in all areas of life, at work, at home, with friends, strengthens our relationships and helps us make more rational decisions. By avoiding misunderstandings, we reduce the likelihood of conflicts and increase efficiency in problem solving. Clear communication is a practice that requires self-awareness, careful word choice, active listening, assertiveness, and empathy. By incorporating these skills into our daily interactions, we promote clarity, respect, and mutual understanding. This not only improves our relationships, but also allows us to act more rationally and thoughtfully, avoiding impulsiveness and strengthening harmony in our lives. 7. Avoid procrastination. Procrastination is one of the biggest obstacles to a rational and productive life. In Stoicism, the importance of acting with purpose and intentionality is emphasized. Delaying tasks and decisions not only creates a backlog of responsibilities, but also generates anxiety and frustration. To live a life guided by reason, it's essential to develop strategies to avoid procrastination and adopt a proactive approach to our obligations and goals. The first step to avoiding procrastination is understanding its causes. Procrastination often results from a combination of fear of failure, perfectionism, lack of motivation, and difficulties in time management. Identifying the root of the problem is crucial to finding effective solutions. For example, if you procrastinate out of fear of failure, work to change your mindset by viewing mistakes as learning opportunities rather than definitive failures. One effective technique to combat procrastination is breaking tasks down. Large, complex tasks can be intimidating, leading us to put them off indefinitely. Break these tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. This not only makes the work more accessible, but also provides a sense of accomplishment as you complete each step. For example, if you need to write an extensive report, start by defining topics, then do initial research, create an outline, and finally write each section one at a time. Setting realistic deadlines is another effective method to avoid procrastination. The absence of deadlines can lead to the feeling that we have unlimited time to complete a task, which often results in postponement. Set clear and specific deadlines for each step of your work and commit to meeting them. Use tools like calendars, task management apps, and alarms to stay on track. The Pomodoro technique is a popular strategy for increasing productivity and combating procrastination. It involves working for 25-minute intervals, followed by a short 5-minute break. After 4 25-minute sessions, take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. This method helps maintain focus and energy, avoiding burnout and procrastination. The regularity of short breaks provides a constant incentive to keep working, knowing that a rest is near. In addition, creating a productive work environment is essential. Minimize distractions around you, such as electronic devices, noise, and clutter. An organized and peaceful workspace can significantly increase your concentration and efficiency. Keep only the necessary items for the task at hand and put everything else away. Self-reflection is also a powerful tool to combat procrastination. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on your accomplishments and areas that need improvement. Ask yourself, what tasks did I procrastinate on today? Why? How can I improve tomorrow? This continuous practice of self-assessment helps identify procrastination patterns and develop personalized strategies to overcome them. Developing self-discipline is crucial for avoiding procrastination. Self-discipline involves the ability to follow a plan and fulfill commitments, even when motivation is low. Start with small, achievable daily goals and gradually increase the difficulty as your discipline strengthens. Reward yourself for your efforts, creating a positive relationship between effort and reward. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: do not postpone improving your life for the future, as time is one of the things that cannot be replenished. Procrastination robs us of precious time that could be used to achieve our goals and live according to our values. We've reached the end of this video on Stoic wisdom, where we explored 7 secrets to acting with reason and avoiding impulsiveness. Each secret guides us to a more balanced and conscious life, strengthening our ability to respond to situations with clarity and serenity. Remember that the path to rationality is continuous, and each step we take brings us closer to a fuller and more harmonious life. If you watched until the end, comment the phrase "until the end" to demonstrate your commitment to this transformation. Your participation is important to us. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it so more people can benefit from these valuable Stoic lessons. Let's build a community of people guided by reason and wisdom. See you in the next video.